I'm 27, I'm not married, and my life still feels far from stable. I work as a freelance video editor. I live with my family, and some days, I honestly have no idea where my life is heading. Today is another rainy day in Hai Phong, Vietnam. I'll get a haircut for the first time in 3 months, and later head to a busy local market with my sister to buy food for the evening. Nothing about today is particularly special, but this is my real life. So let me show you what an ordinary rainy day in Vietnam really looks like. I usually wake up at around 8 a.m. to start a new day. It's been a while since I left my old office job, where I worked with 2D and 3D animation. Now, I work from home full-time through different online jobs. Working from home has both good and bad sides. I have more freedom with my time, but I also spend most of my day working alone. Sometimes it feels a little lonely compared to when I worked in an office and could talk to people every day. I guess every choice comes with something to trade off. In the morning, I usually use a few drops of eye drops because I'm nearsighted. They contain vitamins that help keep my eyes comfortable. After that, I shave using this electric shaver. It only cost me about $3, but it's quite cheap and convenient. It can shave my beard and trim nose hair by changing the attachment. Look at the sky. It's filled with dark clouds, and it looks like rain could arrive soon. Before that happens, I'm going to my mom's small grocery shop to get a sandwich and some milk for breakfast. This is my mother's little shop, tucked away in a small alley. She's been running it for decades. In recent years, bigger convenience stores and supermarkets have appeared, so the shop isn't as busy as it used to be. But it's still the job she has done for many years, the work that helped raise me from childhood. I happened to notice my neighbor preparing an offering for the 7th month of the lunar calendar. This is a traditional time in Vietnam when many families honor and remember their ancestors. They were also burning vang ma, or paper offerings. It's a common tradition during ceremonies like this, as people believe these offerings can be sent to their ancestors in the spirit world. These are the flowers and plants in my little garden. It's been raining quite a lot lately, so everything looks fresh, green, and healthy. This is a little lotus plant my sister is growing in a plastic container. It looks pretty interesting and beautiful, doesn't it? And here are some of the small plants I take care of in the garden. And this is my hair after 3 months of a hair transplant. Today, I'm getting my first haircut, just trimming the sides and the back to make it look neater. I'm going by motorbike, which is one of the most common ways to get around in Vietnam. You'll see motorbikes everywhere, especially on the smaller streets and in everyday local life. There are quite a few barber shops along the road near my home, but I usually go to my regular one. It takes about 10 minutes to get there by motorbike. Look at this peaceful little street in my neighborhood. It's so quiet and calm, and life here feels really slow and relaxed. This is the barber shop I usually go to. The barber was quite surprised to see me after a few months, especially when he found out that I'd had a hair transplant. He gave me some advice and suggested a neat haircut that would suit my hair at the moment. I usually get a haircut every 2 to 3 months, and each haircut costs around 50,000 to 60,000 Vietnamese dong, which is about $2 to $2.30. The barber also took a photo of my hair to show people with thinning hair what the early stages of a hair transplant can look like. And this is my new haircut. Pretty neat, right? What do you guys think? The transplanted hair is still growing, so it's not as thick and strong as the rest of my hair yet. It should look fuller and more even after about 6 months. It's already noon, and it's raining pretty heavily. It's been quite rainy in Hai Phong this past week, with showers coming and going throughout the day. The weather feels much cooler and more comfortable, although the downside is that clothes take longer to dry. This is my lunch today. I've got steamed rice, pumpkin soup, and minced pork stir-fried with tomatoes. It's still raining outside, and you might be able to hear the rain in the background. Come and have lunch with me. It's quite dark because of the rain, so I had to turn on the lights. The video might look a little blurry because I'm filming with my phone, so thanks for understanding. In Vietnam, rice is a big part of everyday meals. Many people eat rice 3 times a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Personally, I usually only have rice twice a day, for lunch and dinner. For breakfast, I prefer something lighter, like bread and milk, or local dishes such as bún, pho, bánh đa, noodles, or sticky rice. In Hai Phong, there are plenty of different breakfast options, both soups and dry dishes. After lunch, I'll clean up and take a short nap. In Vietnam, it's quite common to take a 30-minute to 1-hour nap during the day to recharge and stay focused. When I used to work in an office, I would do the same thing. Have lunch, take a 30-minute nap, and then get back to work in the afternoon. It's become a habit for me, so I'll scroll through my phone for a little while, get some rest, and recharge for the rest of the day. When I wake up and start working in the afternoon, it's raining really heavily outside. This is the view from my balcony. Then I'll sit down at my computer and work on the rest of my tasks for the day. I'm currently uploading videos to YouTube and working toward becoming a full-time content creator. I haven't made any money from YouTube yet, but I really enjoy doing this. Hopefully, you guys will support me and help me turn this passion into a real job someday. I want to share everyday life in Hai Phong, along with the habits and traditions of people here in Vietnam, with viewers from all around the world. I hope you'll enjoy discovering what makes life and culture here unique. So, if you enjoy these videos, please support me by subscribing to the channel and leaving a comment. Let me know what country you're watching from. And if you'd like to support me even more, you can also buy me a coffee through the link in the description. This is the Vietnamese stock market. I've also invested a little, but unfortunately my investments are currently down. Hopefully they'll make some money for me in the future. Right now, my income is still quite unstable, and I'm not making much from most of my work. Sometimes I feel a little lost and wonder if I'm on the right path, but I'm hoping things will get better. I've been learning about stock investing for quite a while. Back when I worked in an office, I had more free time to read, listen, and learn about the market. So I started investing fairly early. There were times when I made a profit, but there were also periods when the market was down and I didn't make much. Still, I think stocks can be an interesting investment option. Depending on how much money you have, you can start small, learn along the way, and gain experience. In the future, you can use that knowledge to make smarter investment decisions. Besides gold and real estate, which can require a lot of capital, the stock market is another option that people can learn about and consider. What about you guys? Are you investing in anything? Or have you started building up any assets for the future? Or are you still figuring things out for now? It's still raining outside, and the rain hasn't let up yet. Personally, I prefer rainy weather to hot sunny days. When it gets really hot, I have to use the air conditioner more, which means higher electricity bills, and going outside can be uncomfortable too. Rainy days can be a little damp and messy, but overall, I find the weather much more pleasant. In the evening, I'm heading out to the local market to buy some food for dinner. This is one of the main wholesale markets in Hai Phong, especially known for seafood. When the fishing boats come back, large amounts of fresh fish, shrimp, crabs, and other seafood are brought here to be sold. People from different parts of the city come here to buy food for their families, while many others buy in larger quantities and take it to other local markets to sell. It can get really busy, especially in the evening, with vendors and customers moving around everywhere. This is a pretty typical part of everyday life in Hai Phong. Just look at this batch of shrimp. They're really fresh, freshly caught, and brought straight here to the market. The seller keeps encouraging me to buy more, saying I can get a better price if I buy a larger amount. My sister and I stopped by a small vegetable stall at the market to buy some vegetables and food for the next few days. As you can see, the stalls here are very simple and basic, which is quite typical of traditional local markets in Vietnam. All the groceries we bought are tied and hung on the motorbike. This is one reason motorbikes are so popular in Vietnam. They're affordable, convenient, easy to park, and much less bulky than a car. You can see motorbikes almost everywhere on Vietnamese streets. And this is what the local market looks like in the early evening, around 6:30 to 7 p.m. After dinner, once I've finished my work for the day, I usually go outside to get some fresh air and take a walk around the city. This is what Hai Phong looks like at night. The streets are still busy and full of people. Here you can see one of the city's beautiful bridges, lit up with colorful LED lights. It was renovated a few years ago and has become one of the symbols of Hai Phong. And this is the road leading to my university. A road that became very familiar to me during my 4 years here at Vietnam Maritime University in Hai Phong. I studied civil and industrial construction here for 4 years, but eventually decided not to pursue that career. I realized I enjoyed creative and artistic work much more, so I chose a different path. And this is the road leading into the city center. It gets really busy in the evening, with lots of people out and about. This is Lê Hồng Phong Street, one of the main and widest roads in Hai Phong. Following this road, we'll arrive at the city's central flower garden. In the evening, lots of people come here to hang out, so the whole area feels lively and busy. You can see motorbikes, cars, and all the city lights filling the streets. What about where you live? Do people usually go out in the evening and spend time together like this? I'm curious to know what everyday life is like in your country. Do people gather in public places, go for a walk, have something to eat, or simply hang out with friends and family after work? And what do you think about life in Vietnam so far? Is there anything about the way people live here that you find interesting or different from your country? Let me know in the comments. I'd really love to hear where you're watching from and what you think about everyday life in Vietnam. This is the city center. with a large flower garden where many people come to relax and hang out in the evening. In the past, there used to be many street vendors and small food stalls along the sidewalks. But recently, Hai Phong and many other cities in Vietnam have been enforcing rules against using sidewalks for business and keeping them clear for pedestrians. So many of the stalls here have been removed, making the streets more open and easier for people to walk, exercise, and enjoy the area. In the evening, people often come here for a walk, exercise, meet friends for coffee, or simply spend some time outdoors. With all the trees and open space, this place feels like a little green lung right in the middle of the city. On the right, you can see Hai Phong's Opera House, which was built during the French colonial period. Nearby is the city's main post office, with its beautiful old-style architecture. From here, we can continue straight toward Hoang Van Tu Bridge, which was built just a few years ago and has become one of the city's newer landmarks. The bridge is decorated with lots of beautiful LED lights and crosses the Khum River, making it easier for people to travel between different parts of Hai Phong. What do you think? Doesn't Hai Phong look beautiful when the city lights come on at night? Now, I'll take you a little further to the new administrative center of Hai Phong, which was built a few years ago. This is where the city hosts major conferences and large events. The complex is quite spacious, modern, and impressive, with a large capacity for important gatherings. On the right, you can see the old port area at the foot of Hoang Van Tu Bridge. It's no longer in operation and has been replaced by larger ports in other parts of Hai Phong. And this is the new government and conference building I wanted to show you. The architecture looks very modern and fresh, with LED lights running across each level. It looks really impressive at night, doesn't it? It's already 10:30 p.m., and I'm on my way home, wrapping up a day of exploring and showing you some of Hai Phong's landmarks. Pretty interesting, right? But this is only a small part of what I want to share with you. There are so many more stories, places, and everyday moments from Hai Phong and Vietnam that I'd love to show you in my upcoming videos and future journeys. Thank you so much for staying with me until this point. If you enjoyed the video and found these moments interesting, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment to support me and give me more motivation to keep creating. And don't forget to tell me which country you're watching from. I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye and take care.